So, Teresa, can I get you anything else? Make you more comfortable?
I'm fine, really.
Here you go.
Thanks again for letting me stay here so I can be close to little Ethan.
Oh, don't be silly. You know, this also gives me a chance to be close to our babies. Teresa, I still cannot get over the fact that you are carrying 2 babies for us instead of 1. And this is a miracle. This is such a true gift. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
In case you haven't noticed, you've made us both very happy.
And I want to show you some of the things that I bought, because you know we're going to have to rearrange everything now that we're having twins.
Okay. Okay. Well, why don't we go and give Teresa some privacy?
I'll be there in a minute. Just one more thing. Look, Teresa, I do not want to sound like a complete sap or anything, but if someone would have told me last week or even yesterday that you and I would actually be this close, I never would have believed them. But I am just so happy that we are finally friends. And you, Daddy,
Yeah.
okay? We have some work to do.
Let's go.
We'll see you in a bit.
Uh-huh. We're not friends, Gwen. I'd never be friends with the woman who tried to keep my son from me. I've got to figure out what this means. Could one of the babies be mine and Ethan's? And the other one be Gwen's?
The old man's right. All this time, Eve and I have been desperate to learn the identity of our son. How am I ever going to tell her it's Chad Ayers?
You think you've got a problem? How am I gonna tell Whitney that the guy she's planning to marry is her half-brother? It's gonna tear her to pieces.
Baby, you look so freaked out. What's wrong?
Oh my God. I'm pregnant. What am I gonna do?
Well, whatever it is, just tell me.
You know how we were talking about, our future and when we were gonna start a family?
Yeah. I mean, as much as we both want kids, neither one of us want it before it's time. I mean, we have way too much to do in our lives first. And what we need is a plan. I think maybe for the first 2 years we can concentrate on our careers, you know, maybe buy a house, and then we can start talking about having a family.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. That plan's not gonna work.
It was you, Eve. You were the driver in that horrible hit-and-run accident that tore up TC's knee and dashed all of his hopes for a tennis career.
My father died of a broken heart because of that accident.
TC, no. TC, yes. I saw the proof on one of the CDs that Luis took from Alistair Crane. Now, you may have been high as a kite that night, but I think somewhere deep down in the recesses of your mind, you remember and you know I'm right.
No, it wasn't me. It's just my mind playing tricks on me, that's all.
Not very convincing, is she, TC?
Damn it, I don't know what to believe.
Look at her face, TC. She knows she was the driver.
No, you're just trying to scare me.
Look, I don't need to make things up to scare you. You're scared because you're guilty as sin. Heck, I would be too. Oh, God, please don't let it be true.
We were talking about Paloma, and you said you couldn't stand to lose another one of your children. As if you were Luis and Antonio's father. Who are you, Mr. Wheeler?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me It's not unusual for a woman to carry 2 embryos in separate amniotic sacs. In rare cases, the babies are the product of 2 distinct sexual encounters occurring within days or even weeks of each other. Then it's possible. Maybe I didn't lose Ethan and Gwen's implant, and I'm still carrying that baby. Or I could have gotten pregnant with fraternal twins the night I slept with Ethan. I don't care who the mother is. I'm the one who's got them inside me. And either way, Ethan's the daddy. I'm going to keep both these children, no matter what.
Got any bright ideas on how I'm gonna break the news to Whitney?
Would that I did. It's gonna be excruciating telling Eve. I don't want to bring her any more pain than she's already suffering.
I know. Good luck.
You too, son.
Aren't you coming?
I have something to take care of first.
How the hell am I gonna tell Whitney that the guy she's planning to marry isn't just my half-brother, but hers too?
You don't look so serious. Okay, none of our plans are set in stone.
Well, I know, it's just that you made it sound so definite, you know, not wanting to have children right now.
Well, baby, you always said you wanted to wait too. I remember when Teresa had her baby and then Kay. I mean, you swore up and down you'd never let that happen to you.
Yeah, it's just that, the way you were talking about having your son, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the happiest day of my life.
That's what I mean. I mean, wouldn't you rather have your little boy sooner than later?
Baby, you're sweet to think that. But you got me wrong. I mean, I definitely want a son someday. A daughter, too, but I think it'd be a huge mistake if we had one before it was time. You know? It would just mess up everything.
You said that you saw proof. Well, where's your proof now, Liz? All we have is your word for it.
Who better mine than yours? Besides, I think you know I'm right. I think you remember that night in vivid detail.
Well, you're wrong. The only flashes of memory I have are quick and fuzzy. And if I look guilty, it's just because I feel so horrible about what happened to TC that night. But there's no way that I'm responsible.
What is it they say about denial? It's not just a river in Egypt.
Why would I lie about this when I have told you the truth about everything else?
Because you're backed into a corner, Eve. I mean, Liz is right. Why the hell should I believe you now?
Because I love you. Because even though that I've hurt and betrayed you in the worst possible way, I love you. I wouldn't lie about the worst night of your life. Don't let Liz's lies keep us from saving our marriage. You called me. You said that you wanted us to get back together and to work it out, that you were angry at me, but you still loved me. So let's just go from there and save what we've built. Please, TC. Please believe me, not Liz.
We have to go. The farther that Paloma gets with the kidnapper in the jungle, the harder it is to find her.
I want to find her too. But I need to know what you meant when you said you couldn't stand to lose another one of your children. Now tell me.
What do you want from me? First Antonio, then Luis, now my Paloma's in danger. I can't let this go on. I won't.
My God, are you Luis's father? Are you Martin Fitzgerald?
Now, we've both seen people we care about have babies before they're ready. Kids are a huge responsibility, even when you do plan for them. To have them come along when your ducks aren't all in a row, well, I just hate to have us start our life together with such an extra burden. Okay, so as much as I love kids, I'm willing to wait until the time is really right, just like you are. So, what do you want to do today? Tell everybody we're engaged? Look for your wedding dress?
Well, I was actually thinking I might want to go look in on Teresa. You know, see how she's doing.
Well, great. While you're at it, you can probably get a few tips. You know, if anybody knows about weddings, it's your best friend. I just hope you don't mind I can't come with you.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Well, good. I've got to email this music producer in New York, so...
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll just see you later then, okay?
Okay, well, I'll be here.
Oh, my God. How am I gonna tell Chad I'm pregnant?
Who are you gonna believe, TC? Your disloyal, lying wife? An ex-drug addict who bore a son with your worst enemy and never even told you about it? Or me? A woman with no ulterior motives, who has never lied to you?
She is lying to you right now, TC. Can't you see she lied to you about being my sister?
So did you.
Because I was afraid of what she would do. She's loaded with ulterior motives. The main one is to ruin our marriage.
Oh, please, you did that all by
Listen,
yourself.
I need to think, okay? Alone.
You're through, Eve. Like it or not, you were driving the car that hit TC that night.
I wasn't. I know I wasn't.
Oh, why? Because Julian Crane told you? Give me a break.
You're just doing this because you're angry that TC called me and wanted to get back together with me.
Fine. So what? I saved this last bit. Yes, I dropped this last tidbit on him because I wanted to keep him from making the worst mistake of his life, and I am not lying. Oh, Eve, you destroyed TC in so many ways I can't even count them. With this car accident, with all your other lies about Julian and your pitiful, sordid past. Don't blame me because your life is in shreds. You just look in the mirror.
Hello.
Eve,
Julian.
where are you?
I'm at the house. Liz convinced TC that I was the one driving the car the night that his knee got injured.
Oh, my God.
And Julian, she insists that she has proof. And I'm very confused because that's what I remember, that I was the driver of the car, but you said no, that my mind was just playing tricks on me. Is that true, Julian?
Yes, I mean, of course it is. There's no way you were driving that night.
Thank God. But the only thing that matters is what TC believes. If there was any chance of us getting back together, that's gone now. As he believes Liz's version and not mine.
Are you alone right now?
Yes, I'm in the shed, in the backyard, in the back of the house.
All right, I'm coming to see you.
But why?
There's something I have to tell you.
Oh, God, Julian. Please let it be good news. I can't bear any more bad news.
God, I wish it were. However, am I going to tell you that Chad Harris is our son?
The way you've been acting since Luis and I got to Mexico. And now you say you can't stand to lose another one of your children. My God, is it possible? Are you Luis's father? Are you Martin Fitzgerald?
What I meant was that I've always felt so close to Paloma. And I know Mrs. Wheeler feels the same way.
She's like a daughter to us. Tia Maria said you were her unofficial godparents.
Exactly.
And I think that the reason I'm so attached to Luis's younger sister is because I could never see my own child.
Yeah, you might say that we adopted her in our own special way.
And, you know, we've always heard so much about her brothers and her sister, Teresa. We feel like we know them personally.
I mean, I don't think either Mrs. Wheeler or myself realized how attached we'd become to the family until we heard about Antonio's death. And now Louise.
My husband is just emotional and frightened for Paloma. Poor girl. She must be so scared.
Now, as hard as it is for us to accept the fact that we have to leave this place, it's you that we're most concerned about. This is a terrible, shocking loss.
Yes, it is. And I'm sorry that I jumped to such an outlandish conclusion. My mind's just not working right. Honey, of course it isn't. Oh my God, you're in shock. We're all in shock. Now, I think that we should come and we should go with my husband and the guide and we should find Paloma. No, I can't leave Luis. What if he's alive in there?
You heard what our guide said. As strong and resourceful a young man as Luis was, there's no way that anyone could have survived an explosion of that magnitude.
No, you don't know Luis like I do. All right, he's come through things like this, near-death experiences that would have killed anyone else, and he could be under those rocks, unable to call to us for help.
Oh, honey, you're grasping at straws, dear. I mean, I don't blame you, but there's only one chance in a million.
I don't care if it's a chance in 10 billion. If there's any hope, I am not gonna give up on Luis. He wouldn't leave me, and I am not gonna leave him. Luis! Luis, if you can hear me, please let me know.
You are my passion for life.
Luis! Luis, I'm here! Sharon, we have to go. No, I can't. I can't leave, not without knowing for sure.
Senor Wheeler, I have an idea. Why don't I go ahead to see if I can pick up the kidnapper's trail? Between him and the young girl, there should be some sign of the direction they went. I'll come back and get you as soon as I pick up their tracks.
You sure?
Yes, I can move much faster on my own anyway.
Then do it. Oh, you find them. Every minute counts.
See, senor.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding why I can't leave Luis.
Hey, come on, let's go and try and move some rocks. You know, maybe we'll find his butt. Maybe we'll find Luis.
Damn it! It's just not fair! I love you, Luis. I won't give up on you, not ever!
Sweetie, I want to thank you for convincing me that everything was going to work out with Teresa. I was getting so bogged down with all my old negative feelings for her that I almost missed out on the most joyous time in my life. And now that she knows she's going to get little Ethan back, I am not the least bit worried about her handing over our babies when the time comes.
Well, good. I told you that she would do the right thing in the end.
Well, I believe you. And don't tell anybody, especially not my mother, but I'm actually starting to like her. Not love her, but not love her, but like her. And I honestly believe that when she hands me our babies and I'm holding them in my arms, that I will be able to forgive and forget all the bad things she's done to us.
Even losing Sarah?
Come in. What? I was going to call you. How'd you know I was here?
Oh, they told me at the hospital. I really gotta talk to you.
What's wrong? Is it this thing with your parents?
Well, actually, believe it or not, at this point, that's the least of my problems. I need your help. You're never gonna believe what happened.
You busy? I can...
Oh, no problem, man. I could finish this later. What's going on? You know.
Is Whitney here?
No, you just missed her. Actually, she went to go talk to Teresa. And I don't know how long she's gonna be once I start talking about the wedding. You know?
Yeah. Your wedding, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe it's actually happened, isn't it? I mean, she and I have been through so much, but we managed to survive and come out even stronger.
You have been through a lot.
And through it all, man, you've been there. I mean, I don't know if we'd be where we are, you know, in love and happy and planning a future together if it weren't for you and all your support, man.
Oh, man, don't say that.
Why not? Come on, bro. I mean, just telling the truth. So, what'd you want to talk to Whitney about?
Well, it's this news about her having a half-brother.
It's weird that it's your half-brother, too. Well, don't tell me you know who it is. What's his name?
Come on, darling. Come and take a little rest. Just for a minute. Just for a minute. Okay. I won't give up. I'll rest for a little while, but then I'm gonna go back to pushing and digging. Because if I just keep at it, I know I can get down. Oh, God. Oh, come on, sweetheart. Don't cry.
Let her be. I think she just needs a few minutes to herself.
Please. I know that this is killing you as much as it's killing Sheridan.
Yeah, it's my fault. All of it. First Antonio's death, and now Luis's.
How can you say that?
Because it's true. It's that damn curse I brought down on my family when I took you away from Alistair. That monster's exacting his revenge in the cruelest way possible. Punishing our children.
Oh, it's just so not fair. If it weren't for him, we never would have left.
He doesn't give a damn about any of that. All he knows is that you left him and I helped you. You know how I wish that I could tell her who we really are. And if I'd only been able to tell Luis how proud I was of him before he... He'll never know how much I always loved him.
Oh, Julian. Oh, thank God you're here. This is the car that TC was in the night of the accident.
I know.
Liz, I don't want to go back in there.
Come on, TC. It's time to get this settled once and for all.
Oh, God, TC and Liz, you know he'll try to kill you if he sees you here.
Look, I'm not running away.
Well, well, well. Look who's here. I guess Eve called in her knight in shining armor to come and rescue her.
She didn't call me, I called her.
TC, please don't be angry. Believe me, I wasn't driving the car that night, I swear. I would never intentionally hurt you, not in a million years.
Strange how I always thought it was you all these years. It was the #1 reason why I hated your guts. I despise you for so many other things, too. But now I know that it wasn't you that was driving the car that night. It was Eve.
TC.
Do you know what that hit and run did to me? Do you have any idea? Do you know the pain? My hopes and dreams were all shattered that night?
It was an accident. No one meant for it to happen.
TC, please believe him. He's telling the truth. It was just a horrible coincidence that the two of you were playing tennis the next day. No one is to blame for the accident.
Eve, shut up.
But
I don't blame Julian. I blame you. I never thought I would say this, Julian. But I'm sorry. I am sorry for accusing you for that horrible accident. But it's not your fault. It's Eve's fault.
TC, I wasn't driving. I swear I wasn't driving. Liz is lying about the CDs. I have done a lot of things to hurt you, but not this. Please, honey, please remember when you called me. And you wanted to talk about getting together, about saving our marriage, about fixing what was broken.
What's broken can't be fixed, Eve. My father's heart. That hit and run, it killed my father. My father died feeling that he failed me. Some things that you can forgive and forget, Eve, but not that. I never, ever want to see your face again.
Sheridan, there's no way that we're getting inside there. The boulders are too heavy.
Luis is still alive. We can't give up trying.
I don't want to leave either, but our guide will be back soon, hopefully with news on the direction that the kidnapper took with Paloma. We won't be able to stay here.
Then you go. I'm not leaving, Luis.
She's just like you, Catherine. Stubborn. She won't budge without Louise.
Just like me. But I wouldn't leave you behind in harmony.
Okay, I pick up the trail. But we have to get moving. If we don't hurry, it will be very hard to track them.
Then there's signs of two people?
Yes. I make it out 2 sets of footprints. One is larger. Most likely it's a man. The other smaller.
Oh, my God. Thank God she's still alive. All right, now we've got to hurry. Every second this creep has Paloma, it'll be harder to find her. It's time now.
I told you to go. I am not leaving, Luis.
It's out of the question. You have to come with us. You have no other choice. Come.
Luis! Luis! Luis!
All I know is that my grandfather must be having a cow.
So you think he knows who it is?
Alistair Crane knows a lot about everything and says very little.
What is it with Ukrainians anyway? No offense, bro.
None taken?
No. How was it?
What's that?
Well, growing up a Crane. You know, in that big house with folks who had more money than the National Treasury?
I don't know. I didn't spend that much time in the home as a kid.
I guess that's why you turned out all right, huh?
Yeah. Who knows?
It just sounds like there's a lot of deep, dark secrets that have been kept under lock and key for generations. But still, man, you're lucky that you had a family. You know, I'd take yours over nothing at all.
It must have been rough.
No, well, you kind of get used to not having folks. Well, almost. I mean, it never really goes away. I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm so into marrying Whitney, you know? It'll be the first time in my life I'll be part of a real family.
I gotta go, man.
Well, you just got here, man. I wanted to talk to you about some wedding stuff. I mean, you're still on to be my best man, right?
Yeah, of course.
Good, because I gotta tell you, man, I haven't looked forward to anything like I'm looking forward to the day I make Whitney my wife. You know, this one event is gonna make up for all the bad stuff that's ever happened in my life. And I'm just glad you're gonna be at that altar with me.
It'll be an honor.
Well, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, truthfully, even if I had a real brother, you would be my main man. I mean, what's that saying? Friends of the family you choose for yourself? Well, you're solid with me, man.
Goes both ways, man.
Thanks. Hey, look, I know Whitney's been on edge with you lately, but I think it's just a little premarital jitters or all that garbage that's been going on with her mother and your father, you know? We did have a good talk about kids today, though.
Kids?
Yeah, we're gonna wait a while till we start a family. But we both want the same thing, you know, a really big family. And knowing Whitney, we're gonna have some really special kids.
You have no idea.
Teresa, you better sit down.
You're scaring me, Wit.
Well, I don't mean to, but what I have to tell you is really big.
Bigger than finding out you're pregnant with 2 babies?
What?
You heard me. You'd better sit down for this one. My doctor at the hospital told me I'm carrying 2 babies, not 1.
You're having twins?
Well,
my God.
yes and no. They're in 2 separate amniotic sacs. In other words, they could be from 2 different times.
But you only tricked Ethan into sleeping with you one time.
Well, I'm thinking maybe I never miscarried Gwen and Ethan's embryo like I thought.
But there was bleeding, Teresa. You were
True,
bleeding.
true. I just assumed it meant that I was losing the baby, but maybe I didn't.
Oh my God. My God.
I know. I'm hoping that both babies are mine and Ethan's. They could be fraternal twins.
Yeah, but what if they're not? I mean, one or both of them could be Gwen's. I mean, what if neither one of them are yours and Ethan's?
I don't care. I'm keeping both babies. No matter what.
Okay. Well, what about your big plan to trade Gwen's baby for little Ethan?
I'm getting him back too. Gwen doesn't deserve any of my children. Not after what she's done to me. And she's not going to get them.
My Sarah.
Honey, sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't even have said anything.
No, sweetie, it's all right. I mean, it's a valid question. And can I forgive Teresa for my losing our little girl? And I can't. Honey, I will never forgive her for that. But look, at least I'm at a point with her that I care about her and the baby she's carrying inside us, and I think that's progress.
That is progress. It's a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, there's another delivery.
Thank you, Wendy. You can send them in.
Oh my God. How did you get these here so fast?
My mother is married to a crane. People really hop to it when they hear the address. Honey, do you love them? Do you love them?
I do. They're amazing.
I can just picture it now. Both of us standing over these cradles, looking at our children. What an incredible, incredible day that's gonna be.
Oh, TC. Honey, you can't mean that.
I don't ever want to see your face again. So take the father of your bastard child and just get the hell out of here.
TC, Liz is lying. I wasn't driving the car.
Oh, get it straight, Eve. 1 minute you're in denial, next your expression is giving you away. You know you were driving that car.
No, TC, it's like Julian says. My mind just keeps playing tricks on me, but I didn't do it. I wouldn't do such a thing. You have to believe me.
Problem is, Eve, I don't believe you. I will never believe a word out of your lying mouth. So get out, both of you.
Not so fast, TC.
Now what, Julian?
There's something you really need to know.
Now, of course, this isn't the first time I've totally missed out on your logic, but I think you're seriously out to lunch on this one, Teresa. I mean, how can you possibly think that you're going to be able to keep both babies you're pregnant with and still get little Ethan back from Gwen?
Well, I'm still working out the details. But I know I can pull this off.
Teresa, there's no way Gwen is going to let you get away with this.
She's not going to have any choice. She should have thought about all of this before she got custody of little Ethan. Nobody, least of all Gwen, is going to cost me any of my 3 children. They're all going to end up with me. And Gwen can go straight to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, that'll be the day when Whitney and I have our first child. Maybe our best man could even be the godfather.
I don't know, Chad.
No, like I said, I mean, it's not like we're gonna start a family right away. We're definitely gonna be practicing as much as possible.
You can't do that.
Say what? Oh, you want Whitney and I to not make love until we get married, right? It's a little late for that, man.
It doesn't matter. You need to stop having sex now.
You're serious? Why the hell not?
Don't listen to him, TC. There is nothing that Julian's got to say that will change anything. Julian, please.
So what's so damn important that you want me to hear, Julian?
The truth. Everything Liz is telling you is a lie.
You are lying, Julian.
I was driving the car that night. I am the one who caused your accident.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you.
Even if I did believe you, do you honestly think your little confession is gonna make me feel better?
I want you to look in my eyes, and you see if I'm telling you the truth or not.
Bastard! I know that he's still alive.
Now, that's impossible, Sheridan.
No one could have survived this explosion. I would know if he were dead. He's hurt, but he's still alive. I know it.
I know you want it to be, Sheridan. It just can't be.
Listen, I'd give anything for Luis to be alive, but he's not. Now, the only chance that we have to save Paloma is by leaving now with our guide.
It's true. The tracks are raised by the jungle before you know it. We have to leave now. We have to hurry if we're going to find them.
I'm sorry, Sheridan, but we have to go. We have no choice. Now, come on.
No! I won't leave Louise!
Oh, Sheridan, sweetheart, Mr. Wheeler is only trying to do what's best.
And how can you leave Louise in here when I know that he's alive? You guys have got to help him get out of here!
Come on, Sheridan.
No! No! Please! Louise needs me! No! No, Louise!
It's almost time for the three of them to join Antonio and Luis in death.
Teresa, there's something I have to tell you.
DC, no! You don't want to kill him.
Tonight, the most talked about comedy premiere on television.
Make me laugh!
From the makers of Shrek, an adult comedy for every species.
This isn't about color, so don't play the pink card.
Starring John Goodman, Cheryl Hines, Orlando Jones, and Carl Reiner. With guest stars Andy Richter and Lisa Kudrow.
Mr. Wright's the only man who loves me. Would you boo?
Help me. The premiere of Father of the Bride, brought to you commercial-free. Tonight, 9/8 Central on NBC.